This virus is making for crazy times. And of course it is. There's so much uncertainty. We don't know when it's going to end. And what I'm hearing from couples is that there's rising tensions between them. And perhaps that's true for you too. And that makes so much sense. You're cooped up. You're trying to meet work deadlines. You don't have the same privacy. Perhaps you're trying to homeschool your kids at the same time. And so what I'm hearing is that it's the anxiety of all this is creating the tension. And that's almost true. The part that's not quite true is it's not the anxiety itself, but it's your reactions to that anxiety. If you're one of those people who tends to have a short fuse when you get anxious, or you get irritable, or you withdraw, those are the reactions to anxiety that are going to create distance between you and your partner, so that the atmosphere between the two of you becomes kind of loaded or gloomy, or kind of prickly. And that's what I call the space in between. So it kind of gets polluted. So what I want to encourage all of you to do is to try to just stay in the feeling of anxiety when it shows up. And what I mean by anxiety is the feeling of being nervous or being scared, because people often use the word anxious to describe how they're feeling when they're agitated or irritated. And that's not exactly right, because it's one step removed from the actual feeling of being scared. So the more you can just stay with that feeling, in touch with that feeling of anxiety when it shows up, then that's from that feeling, you're able to say to your partner, you know what, I'm just feeling anxious. And they're going to be able to hear that. That's not going to cause them to have a defensive reaction to that kind of an expression of vulnerability, because we're all feeling that at this particular time. It's understandable. And if you can stay in that anxiety, you can express that to your partner, then the atmosphere, that space in between, is going to feel much warmer, much more connected. And feeling connected is one of the things that we can do that can really lower the temperature of the intensity of the anxiety. And we have to keep in mind that this virus will end. It's going to be a long time, but it will end. And you want to emerge from this time really with a healthy relationship where you feel like you've walked through this crisis very much together.